Okay. All right, guys, welcome to our Monday night mastermind. I'm Dr. Dana McGrady. This is OneTeamWorx, and we are all on this journey together with my daily choice to impact a whole lot of lives and make a really good income while doing it. So if you guys have your hands up to make an impact while making an income, please let me know in the chat. And yes, I'm loving this hair care, hemp hair care, Maria. It's pretty incredible. And if any of you guys are loving the hair care, put it in the chat also. I want to see what you guys are doing. Okay, good. I'm going to turn it over to David Skultety, and he's going to take it from here.
Cool. Well, good evening, everybody. How you like my hair? Look at this. Hey, I'm just glad at 53 years old I have all my hair. Check it out. I mean, I have no bald spots on top, so I'll give all the credit to the hemp care, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, I hope you all had a good weekend. Happy Monday to you. Here we are on February 10th, so we're like a third of the way through the month, and we're tracking to be up over 60% of our last month, which is really exciting. So congratulations to each and every one of you that are taking action, making things happen, enrolling new customers, new affiliates, super good stuff. So, you know, as you know, we do this Zoom every Monday, and we don't want to sit here and just kind of talk to you and tell you what to do and everything. So we like it when it's interactive. But we figured we'd talk about a couple topics today. One would be centered around crafting and the importance, I should say, of crafting your story. Okay, no matter where you are in the scope of things, how you craft your story, how you tell your story. We want to chat a little bit about, I think, really what it means to become a leader within the business. And I know not everybody, you know, is like totally focused on being a quote unquote leader, but we do know that when people want a comma in their check, a permanent comma, let alone, you know, 2 digits in front of that comma, it's pretty important to take a leadership role and ultimately, first and foremost, lead yourself. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then maybe we'll talk a little bit about the art of getting people to take the tour, okay? And maybe how those two aspects can kind of help you in that process. So why don't we start with crafting the stories? Dana, I thought, by the way, I caught your live just before here. You did a great job, as usual. I thought it was very authentic, very real. You talked a little bit about, you know, why people do what they do and crafting that story. And I think when it comes to building a network marketing business, it's really no different. It's no different. You know, I guess I should say it's not different. It's actually really super important to have a story as you're going out there and talking to people. And there's 2 kind of stories you can tell. You can tell a story about, you know, what the products may be doing for you, whether it's the results you're personally getting on the CBD or the hair care or using the oils, or whether it's the results that somebody close to you is getting. It doesn't really matter whether it's your story or somebody else's story. The truth is, facts tell and stories sell. So there's two lanes you can go in. You can go into product lane story, or you can go into the business story. Okay, now I know a lot of you are relatively new. I mean, we're all kind of new. I guess we're going into our 3rd, almost 4th week here. But those of you who engaged with us in the first 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of January, there were some really great stories, people making some really amazing incomes. I saw them on Instagram, and we kind of did some masterminds, and we heard some people talking about it. And I thought it would be just good maybe if we kind of like just do a pause here and really kind of open it up and maybe just kind of role play a little bit with some people who felt that they were really surprised at the income they made based on the efforts they put forth. So this is a volunteer thing. I'm not going to pick anybody out unless nobody raises their hand. But who received some income for their first 2 weeks of building this business that they were kind of like, whoa, like where did this come from? Anybody?
I did.
Who is it? Where's that? Kerri?
Kerri.
Okay, Kerri. So you're on your way to 5K this month, which is pretty darn exciting. Congratulations. Yeah. You got pretty passionate right out of the gate. Why don't you share with everybody what type of action you took, and you know, how many people you spoke to, how many personal enrollments you got, and what it yielded financially for yourself.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been in this industry, in hemp industry for since 2017. So I kind of had I have a different story because I know a little bit about what it looks like, and I've done other companies and just have not seen this type of success. So really, I knew for me it was like the team that we were creating just inspired me. Honestly, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like unreal for me. It was the team I'd been like wanting to be part of. So and then I recognized how the system and the fact that it's setting it up for us. So I just kind of went and said, you know what, I'm gonna talk to people. People had known I'd been trying to find a home kind of for a product line, and so I just sort of started saying, hey, this is why I decided to do this. And obviously people who know me and know Stephanie know that we together we've been kind of hoping we could get involved with something. So it just sort of kind of, my energy was super high and very excited. And I think that really told the story. And I was reflecting on it. I was like, I just wasn't as excited about other stuff. And I really think what we've got as a company, as a team, and as a product line is so good. It's probably the best products and system I've seen. And so I just started sending out, following the system, sending out the link and following up and checking in and listening to people's stories and trying to figure out where they fit and how this might be an opportunity for them. And I think personal enrollments, I want to say I had like 10 or 11. I didn't count totally. And I've probably got 25 people looking right now. And then, I just kind of add to my list every day. And then on Fridays, I kind of go and I try to connect with people I haven't pre-enrolled. So I have some kind of cycle that I can follow through. And that's been working really well. And I think it's just been telling people what this is about. And really the opportunity to be on this team is special. And so I think I stress that a lot too.
Nice. So what was the net yield then? Your income, if you don't mind us asking.
No, I made $1,550 in my first 10 days, which for a comment in my check, which was huge. I was so excited. I qualified for the bonus pool. I didn't know what that was, and then so I was excited to see that. And then of course I ended up getting second place in the challenge for the team. So technically, I guess it was 1,800, but from the company side, 1,550.
Wow.
So I'm super thrilled.
Good for you. Congratulations. And how does that, how does that materially affect your lifestyle? If you were to have that every single month coming into your business or coming into your bank account, I should say, how would that affect your situation?
Well, my why is, so I'm originally from Scotland. I know I don't sound like it right now, but I want to be there more and want to be here. And so I have like a 2-home dream. So obviously income is really important for that, but really it changes things. Like I teach part-time at CU Boulder, and if I could double the check I had this month, it will replace that income. And I put a lot of time teaching, and they're never going to reward us. We're adjunct faculty. So really, I don't know why anybody who's an adjunct faculty isn't doing this, because it just makes sense, but that's the side point. So it's life-changing, really. It makes me have time freedom. And so like this summer, I'm envisioning I can go over to Scotland and UK for two months, still have a business running, and not just be spending, saving to spend for that 2 months and then coming back and starting that, saving to spend kind of moment. It just makes you feel more free and for me, in control of my destiny a little more. And that's really exciting.
It's super exciting. And what I'm hearing, Kerri, is kind of really exciting for me, in that the income that you made so far is basically giving you a 50%, all things being equal. If you were to build a business and keep it at that level, you'd be giving yourself a 50% raise on your side hustle based on your baseline for what you're doing from a teaching perspective.
Yeah.
Am I hearing that right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty powerful. And I think this is a message that everybody should kind of take to heart, because you don't have to go quit your job, right? But the truth is, whatever you do, if you have a career, the challenge or the probability of you getting a 50% raise is pretty thin.
Yeah. Oh,
in today's world.
yeah. So it's been fun. I've had so much fun. I didn't really realize what was happening. Like, I wasn't like tracking the numbers or anything like that. I was just having fun helping people get in and see this opportunity, and then with the team. And so it was like a really, I'm like, holy cow, that was fun. And then literally like by the end of this month, I hope to be replacing that income. I'm obviously going to still teach because I'm contracted till May, but like it changes my ability to see what I can do. And it's changed everything. I mean, my leadership's like, I just feel like all the things I've been working on for a year and a half to try to develop my business and what I'm doing in this space has just magnified because of this opportunity in this team. So it's exciting.
Good for you, Kerri. And I think that two other things I'll mention before we kind of pass it on to somebody else is that you're having fun, which is it's a magnet in itself, right? People want to have fun and doing things. And that's something that is just music to Dana and I in our ears. I mean, because that was our focus. We want to create a culture and a community that people want to be involved with. It's almost magnetic. So you're feeling that.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. And then secondly, I guess the team itself. I mean, I think it's something special. And it's fabulous. We got a really tremendous baseline here and foundation for it, but it's going to really grow. I think you're going to play a big part of that. So we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Wait. One last thing. Wait, before we go on to the next person, Kerri, if you could pretend that I'm your prospect, and I want to know all about the business. Hold on, let me mute this Samsung. Hold on, hi. I want to know all about this business opportunity, but I would love for you to craft a 30 to 60 second story based on your last month's experience and tell me what your business story is so that we could all kind of hear how you say it.
All right, here we go. Okay, so, well, Dana, I've been trying to find a home within hemp because I get asked, I'm doing education around it, and I get asked all the time what I recommend. And honestly, in the last 2 weeks, I have found my home, and I'm like, I can't not tell people about it. It's a huge opportunity, and the reason it's an opportunity that I said yes to is the team I've joined is just out of this world, and they're partnered with the product line I wanted to be partnered with. And so it's just got everything that I was looking for. And I can't, if I didn't talk to you about this and tell you about the opportunity, I would be letting myself and you down. So let's dive in.
I'm super intrigued. So you're telling me that you're with a company that you really love that has great products, and you're telling me that you're with a team that's going places, that's launching in a big way. So what about your personal business? Like why should I join you in business?
Well, God, these are hard questions on camera. Anyway.
I know I put you on the spot.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Because I know you're a good recruiter, obviously, so I want to know what you say.
Yeah, I mean, I think of course, why would you want to join me? Because I'm so much fun. But really, this is the team that we're on. Like, everybody is like heart-centered. And, our leader, David, said on the first day, I want to create heart-centered leadership revolution. And that just blew me away because I haven't heard that, I don't think, in that way. And then I'm seeing it. And so, for me, I want to make sure that I can recommend solid products to people because I know there's a lot of products out there in the hemp space that you don't want to ingest. And so to find a line that I can really trust, but then also, like, it's just been so much energy, and I've learned so much for my personal business, which is actually speaking coaching, which is why I'm laughing at myself right now. But I think that it's changed how I view business in such a way that I'm a 100% believer in this business model and the income it can produce, and it can change lives. And that's what I'm hoping to do.
Girlfriend, you just crafted your story. I love it. I'm proud of you. That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I almost hear in my mind, like, I've been teaching for this many years and I have a salary as a teaching position. And so I decided to add this on as extra income. And in my first 2.5 weeks, I made half of the amount I normally make in a month with my teaching salary. And it was just on the side. And I just added, you know, and I was having a lot of fun doing it. So it was good extra income, but I would like to be able to go full time and have time freedom and lifestyle freedom and be able to live in Scotland half the year.
Yeah.
So it's like planting that vision, but having that, like, I just love that. I'm having a whole lot of fun doing it. Heart-centered leadership revolution. I forgot Dave said that, and he did. And I love that was one thing that really kind of stuck with you.
Yeah. I'll come back and watch this and write down what you just said, because that was pretty. I like that too.
Yeah. We'll talk. I'll text you. But thank you, Kerri, so much. I can't wait for you to go to corporate and for you to tell us what you think.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Good. Okay, good. Who would like to go next? We're crafting some business stories. You don't have to have a huge one. I'll give you my example of my former business story. I would say I came in with, $700 of product. I turned around and made my money back in a week and a half. And then I was fine. After that, it was all profit. But I worked really hard. I made my money back in a week and a half. Return on investment was good. And then after that, it was all profit. So that was one business story. So it doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be something to get people to think differently, right? Something that triggers in their mind an instinct of helping them to want more, right? To reach for more. And yes, April, I love it if you don't have a business story, use Kerri's. You just heard Kerri's story. When I first started network marketing, I didn't have my own story either. I just used everyone else's. Good. Would anyone like to be brave and unmute themselves and go next?
Be brave. Woo.
Yay.
Hi, everyone. Rachel, I just moved to Denver, Colorado. I've been here for 1 week. Yes, Steph, Kerri, you're so close to me. I'm in Boulder all the time. We'll have to get together. So my story actually is similar to what you just said, Dana. I made a decision a month ago to sell everything I own, only bring what fits inside my car, drive across country, and move to Denver, Colorado from Florida. In this transition of this huge move, I was told about launching a My Daily Choice business. Literally the week before I moved states. I was moving as we were launching, which was crazy, but so exciting all at the same time. So I say this to say that I made $750-ish within the first 2 weeks of launching my business with bare minimum. So I was caught up in translation of moving and getting acclimated into a new city and saying goodbye to family and friends through this launch. And it was still possible for me to not only pay for the $600 I invested, but also make money. And that was a huge wake-up call for me with the potential inside this business, to know that I wasn't even putting my head down and my bank account still showed profit. So, it's not a huge story, but I thought that was really compelling that, if you fit it in pockets of your day and you're 100% emotionally connected and committed to this business, you can be successful with whatever time you have to put into it.
Will you give us a close-up of your sweatshirt, please? Have you guys seen those memes? I always like it when they have the angry cat, like they're pointing at the cat.
My friend has the other one with the angry cat. We were a duo, so.
I love it. So yeah, I mean, I actually don't, I love business stories of all sorts. But I think the micro stories are the best ones, the ones that people can really relate to. So I think yours with $750 in 2 weeks made my investment back, plus a little extra cash, even while I was moving. I think that speaks to people on a real level of what they could accomplish, because otherwise, Damien, otherwise they think, oh, I could never do that, you know, like they just think so I love the little stories, you know, and then the product stories. For me, I was telling Dave when we were practicing for getting ready for this mastermind, my CBD story. I hadn't ever tried really, really good CBD. And they sent me home from the corporate office a 1,500 milligram bottle. And I tried it in Las Vegas that night after corporate, and immediately, like within 3 minutes, felt the calm that you get from really good CBD. And I was like, whoa, this is what it means to take really good CBD. Wow. And so it's like that little tiny story will get someone's head spinning, right? Just a little tiny, it doesn't have to be gigantic. So think about those little pockets of your story that really can make a difference. And I love your story, Rachel. And I want you just to send me, you could just send it to me so I can just have it on my phone. Your slow motion. She did a slow motion. She was tubing or something, or going sledding, and she did it in slow motion. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Oh, it was too great. Hi, Damien. You coming next?
What's up?
Hi. I would love to hear what your business story is.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, but I want to hear your business story.
Oh,
You
okay.
just volunteered.
I did. Okay, that's all good. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good evening. I don't have a tremendous business story yet, but I kind of joined this team, or was brought along with this team to hopefully do some big things and help people. What I do is help people for a living. Those of you that don't know me, I'm a physical therapist. So, you know, and I've been one for almost 18 years now. And my life's mission has been to help people. So this company will allow me to be an extension to that helping, people through healing, through CBD, through movement, trying to prolong people's quality of life. So don't have any big stories yet, but I'm excited about the journey and this team of women and men that I'm here with. And I hope to be a great asset as well to the company.
We're excited to have you, Damien. We're really excited to have you.
Thank you.
You're going to do some big things. I have no doubt.
I appreciate that.
So Dana, I think there were some great stories, and I think hopefully everybody got a feel for, it doesn't have to be some crazy outlandish income. It just has to be, if you can attach your emotional why to what you're doing and what your initial experience has been, and or what you've joined and how happy you are and how excited you are. It's all about the law of attraction. Right? It's all about the law of attraction. And I think the other, I think with that said, I think it's important to realize that, I just thought about it this morning, actually. Dana and I were talking about our Saturday training. And we said to ourselves, we were talking and we were like, is 5K too much of a stretch for some people right out of the gate? And we kind of wanted to kind of address that. And it is kind of a crawl, walk, and run approach to things, right? And I think that what's really important for everybody to realize is you just want to model what you want to duplicate. You want to do something that everybody can really do. And I think the first step, if you haven't done so already, and if you haven't done this, it's okay. Transparency is good. If you haven't become binary qualified yet, type a 2. Type a 2 in the chat. And we'll make that clear for everybody. We've got almost 50 people here. And you don't have to type. You can just blink if you don't want to suggest you didn't do it. It's all good. But I think the process is relatively simple. And what I liked, one of the original trainings that we got from Jenna was Jenna and Josh like building in fours, right? They like building in fours, which in simple terms is, you know, 2 people on the left, 2 people on the right. And that should be your initial goal, you know, because if you do that and just duplicate it and have them duplicate it and have them duplicate it, you're going to be a 5K in this business, right? So do the basics of which duplicate. And in order to become binary qualified, there's only really 3 core requirements. A, having 90 points on the right. B, having 90 points on the left, and having a 90-point auto ship. It's kind of like the 90-point triangle. And so who out there would like to offer up their experience of becoming binary qualified? I'm curious. Like how did you go about doing it? Maybe you can talk to the art of getting people to take the tour, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's all about telling the story and showing the plan, right? Telling the story and showing the plan. So who would like to offer that up for us?
I'll jump on, Dave.
Hey, Steph.
Hey, I just want to share really quick, just just really briefly of my business run. I shared it last week, but I just want to reiterate, you guys, is something that so different from me is this time really going in with the business and saying, I am so excited about this business opportunity. And you guys, I didn't even have the products. I like I said, I knew they were awesome because Dr. Dana and Dave would never find products that weren't. But I knew this opportunity and I just felt it in my bones, like all of it. Like I just felt so convinced that this was like my posture was different than it ever was. And I was able to go, get the 5K in 2 weeks because, building an amazing team and earn a comma in my check of it was like $2,200, I think, in the end, with after the $500, bonus from having the highest BV, I think, right? So, I mean, that to me, that was huge because it took me so long to do that in previous, companies this was just so fast. But it was just the momentum was there. The energy was there. People wanted to take a look, like I asked, going to your question, David, it's like, I was so excited to send out that link. I was like, you got to check this out. This is amazing. You guys, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Dana, I used your line. Do you want a seat right next to me on this rocket ship? Because it's going. And I believe that in my heart. Like, I know where we're going. We all are going together. And so people were like, yeah, send me that link. And it's just to get them in the enrollment process. And then the company does so much of that legwork for you. And then it's just like checking in, following up. And then, to be the binary qualified is just like once people start enrolling, being able to put them in on the different legs and just keep building your team as you go. I mean, I think when we're at like 13 enrollees now that came in from just the beginning, which was only, 3 weeks ago.
That's
so
awesome.
People are into it. They're moving. They want to be in this. And I just want to reiterate, it's like the energy that we're creating together is amazing. Like Kerri said, like I've been trying to get her on my team for 4 flipping years. And then it was like the energy that everything just came together and it was like, it's the right time. It's the right place. It's the right team. It's the right company. So just having that confidence.
Yeah. Confidence is everything, Stephanie. And, we appreciate you leading the way on it. It's kind of interesting. Last week I went off on my pre-enrollees. I had like towards the end of last week, going the weekend, or I should after the Thursday, I had put like a dozen pre-enrollees in, and it's just starting to it's like that's like the old farming analogy. It's like that's planting the seeds, and then the system started watering them over the weekend, and all of a sudden these little seedlings start popping up today. And it was funny, I was telling Dana earlier, I got this, I had a couple people reach out to me, but this one in particular, I get this like random email from this person. And here I am, like last night, I'm looking at my my contact manager and I see this pre-enrollee and I'm like, who is that? I don't even know who that is. And so here I am thinking it's like, oh, somebody just put an alias in there or something, right? And then all of a sudden I get an email from this gentleman and it's like, wait, that's the guy that I saw as a pre-enrollee. And he's like, had all these questions. And then he says, could you call me? So I reach out to this guy and he's like, yeah, he's like, we don't know each other, but a friend of mine sent me this link and I opted into it and whatever. Anyhow, the point is this. if you really get on purpose with getting pre-enrollees and putting people through the process, and you start stacking, creating like one a day, every day, like 7 days a week as a goal, things start to materialize. Long and short of it is, this gentleman's like, I'm in. But the funny thing was, I'm like, well, the woman who like shared it, like that was my link, and I guess we need to call her and see if she's in, because I got to switch the enrollment, because I really shouldn't be enrolling you, because she didn't know any better. But here's a person that just was like obviously fascinated by the system and had to send it off to somebody else. That somebody else got really intrigued. Now they're enrolling, and this person's going to enroll, and they're really excited about building the business. So you just don't know who you're going to come across, right? So I think it's really powerful. Now, does anybody have any tips? Because look, at the end of the day, look, you either have pre-enrollees or you don't, and if you don't, that's okay. The underlying baseline questions to be, okay, why is that, and how do we improve your efficiency in going out there and talking to people to ultimately get people to take the tour? So Stephanie, maybe do you have any follow-up in terms of what you say, how you say it, because obviously you're getting a lot of pre-enrollees.
Are you asking me what I say to get them to look at it, David, or what do I say to get them to the follow-up process?
Well, maybe both. I mean, what are you saying to get the, because I think that's what this whole mastermind is about. I think it's, whatever you're doing, somebody's going to be able to pick up on it and have an aha moment. So that'd be great if you could share.
Well, I think it's going back to just the basics, excite and invite. I'm going out and I'm like, my whiteboard behind me is filled with so many names, that I'm going out and I'm constantly keeping up with that and just kind of feeling into that. And I'm, in all honesty, you guys, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many people that are on this list that I'm like, just trying to get to. So I'm going to my biggest, brightest, amazing people, and I'm calling them or leaving them a voice message so they can hear my excitement and say, hey, I thought of you. Or, if I get their voice messages like, hey, I have this most amazing thing I want to talk to you about. When do you have time to chat? And, a lot of people have been getting back to me and then just having that conversation like, hey, I have to tell you about this. And here's why. I love you. You're one of my favorite people on the planet. I would love for you, because I love you. And I like, kind of like what Kerri said, I found this opportunity and it's so amazing. I have to tell you about it because I have to let you know that this is a possibility for you too. Something along that line. I say it different for different people. And I say, I thought of you because, we always talk about praising, like, and I legitimately, like, I'm sharing my heart, what is it that I love about them, and say, would you take a look at this? I really want you to just at least look at it so you have an opportunity to see what I can be able to offer you at this moment in my life because of what I was offered from, Dana and David. So it's just kind of like, I feel like this is just pay it forward. My mind is pay it forward. Like, how can I bless that? Like, Dana, I love what you said, but how can I bless other people with this opportunity? And what's really interesting is that, there's a couple people even on this call that just joined that. I was like, there's no way, but I love them. And they're an amazing, entrepreneur, and they're just so smart. And we talk and they're like, you know what, Steph, I actually want to check this out. And then I get the phone call back. I did not think I was going to be saying yes to you, but I'm like, this is amazing. Because the one, the energy and the trust is there who I'm talking to, but two, the system, guys, it's like, it's amazing. It's convincing people that are literally, I thought there was like, I didn't know if they were going to say yes or not. And they're saying yes because the combination of both. So excite and invite, get them to look at it. And then most of the time I'm on the phone like the last 3 Thursdays, like until the very last minute, because they don't want to miss out. It's like, there's so-and-so enrolled and they're all, and so I'm trying to enroll them. And so then it's like my week gets cut off there, and just like, you start building on Friday and start sending them out again and just following up. It's just a constant going through the funnel, but it's easy. And like, I think Kerri, you said this earlier, it's like, I'm finding flow and fun in this. It's fitting with all the other things I'm doing in my life. And it's just, it's just been a lot of fun just to tell people about it.
Yeah, I think the simplicity of this thing, guys, is only going to be as simple as you make it. And I've always learned there's only 2 ways you can approach people. You can approach people directly, or you can approach people indirectly. In other words, you can network direct to somebody, or you can network through somebody. So just getting really good at learning how to tell people, A, what you're doing and why you're doing it. B, letting people know what you're looking for specifically, and then ultimately asking who they know. You know, it's a very non-evasive conversation. But I love what these ladies have said tonight in talking about enthusiasm and fun, because people buy into the height of your enthusiasm way more than the depth of your knowledge. You don't need to be an expert, you know, in this in any way, shape, or form. And you can even take the route of, you know, will you do me a favor? You know, will you do me a favor? I've started a new business. I'm super excited about it. Will you do me a favor and look, watch the presentation and allow me to follow up with you and see who you know that may have an interest in this? I think that's exactly what happened with that story I just told, because the gentleman, when I talked to him, I was like, what did this person say to you? And he was like, well, she just said, you know, I think you may be interested. I know you're looking for a business. This may be up your alley. Would you just give me your opinion? So this woman took the opinion approach, and it was kind of fascinating because he said, yeah, all she told me was that this was a presentation about the world's largest CBD company, and you'd get a presentation from the founder and CEO of the company, which is basically what we talked to, and I didn't even coach her on that. And he actually came back and said it was a very professional presentation. And this is not a network marketing guy. This guy, I don't know how old he is, but he's retired. He was an entrepreneur all his life. He had his own businesses, but looked at it, was like, this is something I can do. I love it. So, you know, we started having a conversation, but he said, I love helping people. You know, if this is something that I can help people with, I think I could be really good at it. Right? So it kind of gives you an idea of like the types of, you know, expanding the type of people that you could be speaking to. So cool. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Hey, listen, let's close things out with just a little bit. I don't know how many of you were not on our Zoom on Saturday, our training Zoom, but we announced our team event in Las Vegas on March 20th and 21st. And I'm telling you, it's going to be really good. Like here lies an opportunity where you're going to have the opportunity to meet the owners. You're going to be able to meet Josh and Jenna. You're going to have the opportunity to meet the corporate executive team of the company. You're going to have the opportunity to stop by the corporate office if you like on that Friday, and see what's going on there, so you can kick the tires and see that it's real. You're going to have the opportunity on Saturday to not only get trained, but what's really awesome about this function is there'll probably be about 500 people there, so you'll definitely feel the energy. But we're going to be able to network, and I say we because I'm really excited about this, network with other leaders, people who have laid the groundwork for us to plug into, which I think is really powerful. They'll be bonding with our team, and then there's going to be this awesome mastermind. I mean, Dana and I are investing in this team, and we just went under contract with Dana. What's it called? The Skyloft. What's it called? The Sky.
We booked the Skyloft at MGM Grand, 5,000 square foot penthouse.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, I've been in Vegas a handful of times. I'm not sure if I've been in a 5,000 square foot penthouse before, but we're gonna check it out though. But we're gonna have this exclusively for our team. We're gonna cater it. We're gonna bring entertainment in. We're investing in free product giveaways for everybody. I mean, it's gonna be some fun stuff, guys. So definitely do what's necessary to be there. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know it's an investment of time. I know it's an investment of resources. But look at it this way. Look at it as an investment. This is not an expense. This is an investment. And Dana, you may want to share. I think you went on High Life Travel and found you went on what you were saying. What'd you say?
That's how I booked the 5,000 square foot penthouse on High Life Travel. No, I had been looking on Google Flights, or Expedia for flights. And then I had got the High Life Travel. So I kind of wanted to compare, like, oh, is it really cheaper? Because I was thinking about using miles, or should I, so I went on Expedia. Then I went on High Life Travel, and the flights were $150 cheaper on High Life Travel. And I was like, whoa, just found them in the 200s, 280. So it's sending screenshots of the tickets I found on High Life Travel way cheaper. So it was definitely cheaper. And all of the hotels in Vegas were very, very affordable on High Life Travel as well. So I highly recommend. That would make it the most affordable way to come to Vegas.
Yeah, that's an affordable way. Another way is, and we could start maybe Dana, I think we could probably start some type of chat or something within the OneTeamWorx Facebook group. People, look, find people, if you have friends, teammates, make it a slumber party, do whatever you want. It's only a couple nights in Vegas, and there's not much sleep that goes on in Vegas anyhow, so it's all good. But whatever it takes, guys, I mean, it's going to be really impactful. I mean, I've been doing this, building businesses in network marketing for 26 years now, and I can tell you that people make big decisions at big events. And I know it sounds cliche, but some of you have experienced that. Some of you have seen the power of that. Some of you that are relatively new to this type of business, tap into it, because this is going to be one of those events that I think we'll look back 3 years from now, and we want each and every one of you to say, I was there. I was there, and I made a decision at that point, and you may be able to actually use that as part of your, 25K, 50K, 100K, 250K, like acceptance speech of some sort, when you get recognized. I mean, begin with the end in mind with this, guys. Like, I know life is what it is, but begin with the end in mind, and definitely join us there, and you'll have a great time.
One last challenge, okay, guys? So here's, if we want to one up, okay? We're going to Vegas. It's very easy to find people on social media in Vegas. Plus, all of us probably have personal friends or people we know in our network in Vegas. Or we could all do a post. Who are my friends that are near the Vegas area? Because the roadshow tickets are $20, but they also offer the option of $20 tickets for your prospect. And if the prospect signs up that day, then their affiliate cost is free. So I challenge you guys not only to come with the team and us all have a big party at the roadshow, but I challenge you to start prospecting on social media and find 1 or 2 people to come with you to the roadshow, and they'll get their affiliate cost for free. So that, I think, is even more epic, because then you could really make income while you're there. Right?
I love it.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We are going to close this night out, but I'm going to unmute all of you guys so we can hear you saying good night on this wonderful, awesome Monday. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I can't tell you how blessed I feel just to be able to really feel every single one of your hearts on these kinds of Zooms really fill my cup. And I hope it does the same for you, because we're in this together. This is one team, one dream, and we're building our dreams together, and we're taking this leap together, and it's really, really exciting. And I can't wait to hug every single one of you guys in Vegas. All right, I'm unmuting everyone.
Thanks, Dana.
Bye.
Good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
One team.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Thank
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you guys. Hi, Holly. Hi, Eric. You guys are so cute. Bye, guys.
Dawn.
Yeah, we are.
Bye.
Bye, Jessica. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.